Okay? Let's get into it. Let's get right into it. So I already know that you people gonna be saying that I'm hating, and that's cool. That's cool. Y'all are part of the emotional generation. I'm not a part of the emotional generation. All right? Y'all are. You know what I'm saying? Y'all changed the game where, you know what I'm saying, y'all care more about one player than y'all do about the game of basketball, the history of basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get right to it. So as LeBron James is winding up his career, now we can really study his career objectively. And so what people is claiming, especially his fans and a lot of media members, what they're saying is that, or what they're claiming is that LeBron James is the greatest player of all time. Okay? And if he's not the greatest player of all time, he top 3 or top 4. He in the Mount Rushmore. Okay. Okay. So let's dig into this. All right. So at the end of the day, basketball, just like any other sport, there's only one reason you're playing, and that is to win championships. You use the whole regular season to position yourself to get into the playoffs, to position yourself to try to win. And you do that in the entirety of your career. Now, it's plenty Hall of Fame players, there's plenty great players who never won a championship, never got out the first round, but they Hall of Fame players. But those players ain't on a top Rushmore, because what separates the greats, what separates the greatest players of all time is championships. Now I know that a lot of non-debaters, emotional debaters, is going to use the Robert Horry thing. And to me, when you even mention Robert Horry in these conversations, it tells me that you're emotional, because you know that Robert Horry do not have the collective numbers to be in this debate. Steve Kerr don't have the collective numbers to be in this debate. So it's plenty role players who got many rings. They should have a Hall of Fame for role players. All right. So LeBron is one of the greatest players of all time. He one of the greatest players. And in my eyes, LeBron should be in the, in the top 10, maybe the top 7. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like he should be ranked appropriately. You know what I'm saying? Not by just the collection of numbers. Because he's not the greatest all-around player we ever seen. You know what I'm saying? We seen Oscar Robertson. Oscar Robertson averaged a triple-double a game for almost a decade. You know what I'm saying? But he still only got 1 ring. Wilt Chamberlain got the greatest numbers of all time. Greatest numbers. But he was getting banged over the head by Bill Russell. So what should I say to you? That should say to you that all stats are not equal. It's about what you're doing with your stats. It's about what stats you are accumulating to win. There's winning stats. There's winning stats. You know what I'm saying? Tracy McGrady, Carmelo Anthony, them all-time great players. But we have to put them in a perspective place, because their game didn't translate to championships. Now, LeBron James' numbers, they turned into championships and get into the championship game. I have to give you that. But see, his career is comparable to Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson went to the finals 9 times, just like LeBron went to the finals 9 times. But Magic Johnson got 5 rings. LeBron has 3. You see what I'm saying? It's a 2 championship difference between them two. So it's not new what we're seeing with LeBron. That's not new. You know what I'm saying? So people have to understand that his style of play is the reason why that he lost games. The way that he built teams, the way that he go from team to team is a reason why that he didn't win all these championships. The way he interact with his players, that got in the way of him winning these championships. Because, see, y'all claim that what he do is uplift players and make players better. But see, that is a myth. And this Laker team right here is showing you that is a myth. Because when he got on this Laker team last year, he got on this team with a bunch of young, up-and-coming young players who got skills, that got talent. And if he make players better, right, then he would have stayed with that group. And he would have made sure that group got better. And then by this year, they would have been able to take off. But see, that's not his MO. That hasn't been his MO. His MO has always been to go get players who's already good or already great and have them on their team. Find a way to go get players who's already good so then he can play with those guys. Not make marginal players better, not uplift guys and make them better. Like, for example, people don't think that Kobe was an all-time great. Like, you do realize that Kobe won the championship uplifting Andrew Bynum. Andrew Bynum became an all-star. You see what I'm saying? Kobe had a nice team. Lamar Odom, you know what I'm saying? Ron Artest and Trevor Ariza, Derek Fisher, nice team. Paul Gasol, nice team. But Kobe uplifted somebody like Andrew Bynum. And see, Kobe won 5 championships out of 7 times. So that means that he went to the finals 7 times. He went to the finals almost the same amount of times as LeBron, but he won more championships. Because his style of play fits winning. He knew that he was the best player on the court, and the way that we gonna win is if I will myself. I put my team on my back. I'm going to take this shot myself. And if I lose, it's on me. You see what I'm saying? LeBron really is not the type of player to say it's on me. LeBron is the type of player to say I need more players. And that's why LeBron is the only player ever to have over 45 teammates traded. Whole rosters traded. To fit him. That's not making your players better on the court. That means that he's a pretty darn good GM. You see what I'm saying? He's a good GM. So when his basketball career over with, shit, he probably gonna be able to run a franchise, pretty well. But at the same time too, he missing the intangibles. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a great leader. You can't have great leadership if you can't stick it out with your team when things get bad. And that's something that he don't do. That's just something that he don't do. He has a great athletic body and his skill level, his IQ, he knows what to do on the court. He can handle his business on the court. But when it comes to basketball, you need more than that. You need chemistry. You need guys that's going to want to fight for you and play with you. You know what I'm saying? And as we've been seeing in the last 5 years, guys don't tend to want to do that. Mainly when they can see that he won his first couple championships going to Dwayne Wade's team. But then when Dwayne Wade came to the Cavs, man, he had Dwayne Wade traded. You have to think about these things. And LeBron went to the finals that year. But he traded Wade. And what people would say is, well, Wade, he didn't have his game no more. He fell off. That's the thing that LeBron fans do. That you don't hear no other great players talk about. Is that these guys wasn't good enough. These guys wasn't good enough. See, Scottie Pippen was my favorite player. And you know what Jordan did for Scottie? Like, he uplifted Scottie game. He went through the ups and downs with Scottie until Scottie became this player. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. When things get hard, can he be there when things get hard? Like, I guess I understand why he left Cleveland, but I thought he should have never left Cleveland. Because clearly LeBron was the best player in the league at that time. Yeah, he was running up against Dwight Howard and Boston. They was in his way. But LeBron still was better than those players at that time. And LeBron was ascending at that time. So if LeBron would have stuck it out with Cleveland, Cleveland would have eventually got him the players that he needed in order for him to rise to greatness. So I knock him some for that. I understand why he went to Dwayne Wade's team. But the issue that I have is that people want to look over the fact that Dwayne Wade was a champion. And LeBron went to Miami to go play with a champion. And that champion helped him become a champion. But LeBron fans don't want to give Wade his credit for uplifting LeBron to that level. They want to say that Wade was on his way down and Bosh was on his way down. Like, Wade was the top shooting guard in the East. He was on his way overtaking Kobe as the top shooting guard in the league. And Bosh was the best power forward in the East. Like, those was the players that you had on your team. And then you had Ray Allen come on your team, and he was just in Boston going to NBA Finals. Like, we have to think about this stuff. And y'all don't respect the game by giving respect to the players who play with LeBron. Because it's not about the teams. It's not about the Cavs. It's not about Miami. It's not about LA. It's just about LeBron and only LeBron. But that's what I'm saying to you. LeBron got 3 rings out of 9 tries. And him going to the finals 9 times, man, that's something else. That's a great feat. You know what I'm saying? But we seen Magic do that. And Magic got 5 of them boys. So let's talk about this generation he been playing in. So if LeBron is the best, right? Riddle me this. How do Stephen Curry have 3 rings also? Steph Curry, a little bitty point guard who shoot threes and stuff, he got 3 rings just like LeBron got 3 rings. Y'all notice that, right? They both got 3 rings. LeBron and him got 3 rings. But what people would say is well, he had Durant. So Curry only got 1 ring on LeBron and Durant got 2 rings on him. Nah, it don't work that way. Because by y'all saying that, y'all trying to say that LeBron was playing on some weak teams. See, that's another one of them narrative things that y'all talking about. I don't think so. LeBron was playing with Cleveland. And Kevin Love was one of the best power forwards in the league. Kevin Love was one of the best power forwards coming out of college. Kevin Love was putting up bonker numbers in Minnesota before he got to the Cavs. And matter of fact, LeBron made sure that Cleveland traded away their first overall pick to get Kevin Love. They needed Kevin Love. And they had Kevin Love. And they also had the number 1 pick in Kyrie Irving on that team. So are y'all telling me that Kyrie Irving is weak now? Kevin Love is weak now? Y'all tripping me out with this. So LeBron had him a cold roster. LeBron had him a cold roster just like he had him a cold roster in Miami. But LeBron lost to the Spurs in Miami. LeBron lost to Dallas in Miami. And then in Cleveland, LeBron lost to the Warriors 3 times. 3 times. So no matter how you put it, Curry got 3 rings against LeBron and far less tries. So what separates Stephen Curry and LeBron if Stephen Curry has 3 rings too, just like LeBron, but in least amount of tries. It's the way he went about it. Y'all say he had Durant, but Durant came to Curry's team. So that has to be credit to Curry to have Durant come to his team. To have Durant come to his team as a free agent. Let's go back to LeBron. So when LeBron was in Cleveland, did LeBron have any players come to his team through a free agency? Okay. Let's go to Miami. While he was in Miami, did he have players come to his team in free agency? Okay, yeah, Ray Allen. Let's go back to Cleveland. When LeBron was in Cleveland, did any player come to his team? Nah. And let's look at the Lakers. LeBron been with the Lakers. Did anybody come to his team? Nah. So those are not the same. LeBron got these players through trades. You see what I'm saying? Cleveland already had Kyrie. Kevin Love got traded over there. Just like LeBron in LA. None of the superstar players came and chose to come play with LeBron. They had to trade their whole roster in order to get AD. So what are these players? These players don't have no choice but to play. Because they got traded over here. They didn't choose as no free agents to go over there. So it's not the same. It's not the same. Like, it's not even the same for Dwayne Wade because LeBron and Bosh came over there to Miami. So it's just like Kevin Durant came to the Warriors. He came to the Warriors as a free agent. The Warriors didn't trade to go get Kevin Durant. So let's even talk about that. So y'all was cool with Cleveland having the upper hand when they had their big 3. Y'all was cool with them having the upper hand and nobody to guard LeBron or go at LeBron. So y'all was cool with Cleveland getting that championship. Y'all was cool with that. But then as soon as they went and got Kevin Durant equal to LeBron, where now it was forced for LeBron to go one-on-one with this guy. He got 2 finals MVP against LeBron, man. 2. But y'all saying he the greatest? Y'all have to stop all this. He got the same amount of rings as Larry Bird. And LeBron averages don't even match up to Larry Bird's. It don't even match up. Yeah, his longevity stats, yeah. Because most NBA players, nigga, ain't playing 17 years. Most of these players is playing, 12, 13, 14 years. You know what I'm saying? And they're accumulating all this stuff in that amount of time. You see what I'm saying? So we got to keep things in a proper context. How is LeBron ahead of Shaq? Nigga, Shaq got 4 rings, my guy. Shaq was dominant in the game. Shaq was the most dominant player to play the game. Nobody could even stop Shaq. Nobody can even stop Shaq. Shaq took that first L with the Magic. Got beat over the head by Hakeem. You know what I'm saying? As a young guy. After that, he said, nah, B, I'm going to the Lakers. You see what I'm saying? And the Lakers built around Shaq. They traded for Kobe with Vlade Divac. See what I'm saying? And they went through their ups and downs with Kobe. That first playoff series, Kobe out there shooting air balls and he tripping out there. But he got Shaq down there. He tripping out there. He blew it. But he got it together. And he won 3 of them things with him. They went 3 for 4. You know what I'm saying? Until they got smacked up by Detroit. You see what I'm saying? Then that broke off. But where you have to give credit to Kobe is Kobe went to the finals 3 more times after that and won 2, man. You got to think about this. He went to the finals 3 more times and won 2 without Shaq. Man, that says a whole bunch, man. That says a whole lot. And he wasn't playing with no player as an equal. Like Paul Gasol is an all-time great player. Paul Gasol probably most likely going to go to the Hall of Fame too. But he not going to be nowhere near close. Nowhere near close to where D Wade going to be ranked. Not even close. You know what I'm saying? He might not be that. He might not even be that close to him and Bosh probably going to be real close. Somewhere on that level. We just need to stop this madness. You know what I'm saying? He a top 10 player of all time, top 7 player of all time. How is he better than Duncan? And Duncan got 5 rings, bro. Duncan has 5 of them boys. Like, we have to think about this stuff. He has 5 of them. Duncan do. Duncan out here smacking people. But LeBron better than him? How? When it's about winning. How? He was playing with Ginobili and Tony Parker. Like, how high of the all-time levels is Tony Parker and Ginobili gonna be? No, it was the style of play that Tim Duncan had. Tim Duncan was playing winning basketball. Do you know what's in common with all of these players that I'm mentioning? These players play in a system that ensure that other guys on the team touch the ball. But in the LeBron system, LeBron must have the ball and then get his stats from he accumulate all the stats from him. So the assists gonna be accumulated from him. Everything gonna be accumulated from him. It's not playing in the natural flow. Really the only time that it was in a natural flow is when he was with Cleveland and he had Kyrie. And that's only because Kyrie was like, man, listen, I'm about to do me out here. I'm just about to do me out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it was. So I'm not knocking LeBron game 100%. I'm just giving you the reason why he's 3 for 9, why he has 6 final losses, and how he's not greater than the players ahead of him, because the players ahead of him have more rings than him, and they have less final losses than him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna mention Jordan in this because he's 6 for 6. This is hard to get to, or Bill Russell. But the reason why I'm mentioning Bill Russell is because Bill Russell was playing in the time of Wilt Chamberlain, where Wilt Chamberlain is putting up 100 points, averaging 50 points a game, averaging 30 rebounds a game. But man, when it came down to Wilt going against little bitty Bill Russell, then he was catching them L's to Bill Russell. Why? Because Bill Russell was playing a winning type of basketball. His statistics mattered more than Wilt's. His defensive prowess, his rebounding the ball, him running up and down the court, like that was more winning basketball. So that's why I asked y'all, how come Oscar Robertson couldn't win averaging all them numbers? He couldn't win until he got with Lou Alcindor. You know what I'm saying? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He couldn't win until he got with that guy. Once he got with him, okay, now he got a ring now. But he don't have a whole bunch of rings with the way that he played and the numbers that he put together. Wilt don't have a whole bunch of rings with what he put together. But they also not claiming that Oscar is the best. And they not claiming that Wilt ain't the best. So how come y'all can't just take it that LeBron ain't the best of all time? LeBron should be ranked around Larry Bird. That's where he should be ranked around. He should not be ranked above people he shouldn't be ranked above studs who got 4 more rings, 4 or 5 rings. He shouldn't be ranked above Magic Johnson. He couldn't do what Magic did. And y'all could talk about the team that Magic had. Listen here. Magic won the championship his rookie year. And Kareem got hurt. And Magic had to play center. And he won. What is we talking about here? What is we talking about here? Yeah, they had James Worthy. You know what I'm saying? But The Lake Show, they was great because Magic Johnson played fast. Kareem was an older player. Kareem actually benefited by having Magic Johnson. You see what I'm saying? He benefited by having Magic Johnson. He benefited by having James Worthy. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, Kareem got 6 rings. Come on, y'all. Like, basketball will always be about winning. All sports gonna always be about winning. And the reason why it's guys like me that's out here debating this stuff is because y'all want the game to be like wrestling. Y'all want the game to be like WWE. Y'all really want it to be about these stats out here. Look at all these stats. Look at all these. This is what we're trying to say. Since LeBron been the best player in the league for a long time, if LeBron had a killer mentality like Kobe, Shaq, Jordan, then Kobe and then LeBron would be the best player of all time. But too many times LeBron passing the ball when clearly nobody can guard him. So since nobody can guard you, you know what you do, LeBron? Nigga, you go for 40, you go for 50 every game, bro. That's what you do because they can't stop you. Just like in the finals when LeBron had probably the best game of his finals career, going berserk on the Warriors. But that final play, he goes to the basket. He passes to George Hill under the rim. George Hill get fouled. George Hill go to the free throw line. He misses it. You see what I'm saying? Like, LeBron wasn't supposed to put little George Hill in that position when you 6'9", 260-pound LeBron. You got Curry in front of you. You dribble past Curry. You dunk on him. That's what we saying. But y'all believe in analytics. Analytics don't produce winning. Analytics produce stats. That's what it do. It produces stats. You got to have a heart of a champion, and that's the difference. Now LeBron is past his prime. Well, LeBron can't do that. He can't do that anymore. He was able to do that before, but he didn't take advantage of that. Now that he's older, he can't do that no more because it's young players that can slide right in front of him. Just like what we seen with Kawhi sliding right in front of him like this ain't gonna work. You have young boys now that's doing this. So all I'm saying to LeBron fans is, like, put him in his proper spot. Stop getting y'all feeling so much like y'all so emotional. Y'all the first group of people to call it hating. Y'all the first group of people to bring the word hating into basketball debate. You don't hear any Allen Iverson fans talk about we hating on Allen Iverson because he don't got no championships. Allen Iverson fans is perfectly fine wherever Allen Iverson is ranked. But you don't hear nobody saying, man, y'all hating on Allen Iverson, man. Y'all don't hear that. Y'all don't hear that from T-Mac fans, nigga. T-Mac ain't got out the first round. And we got T-Mac properly ranked, but you don't have T-Mac fans out here screaming, talking about, man, y'all hating on him, man. Nah, man. The reason why y'all saying Cass is hating because y'all have a personal relationship with LeBron, like it's a soap opera. Y'all have a personal feeling with him. Y'all emotional about him and not the game. Like I said, my favorite player is Scottie Pippen. So he ranked in the top 50, ranked in the top 30, 35. Nigga, I'm cool with that. Why? Because I know he was a number 2. I know he wasn't the number 1. He was a number 2. Even though he most likely is the best perimeter defender to play the game. I'm cool with where he properly ranked. Pippen shouldn't be ranked in the top 10. Maybe not even the top 15. Because he wasn't the guy, the number 1 guy we run the team through. Everything we run the team through. He's the number 2 guy. So I'm not out here tripping and flipping and losing my mind because they don't have him as the best player and saying, man, y'all hating, man. Pippen got 6 rings. Nah, man. Y'all emotional about LeBron like y'all feelings is hurt. Y'all feelings is so hurt about LeBron, bro. Y'all can't look at reality in y'all face. Y'all math ain't good at all. How is 3 championships make you the greatest when it's tons of champions who have more than 3 rings? I don't get it. What makes you the best? What makes you the best when you can't beat the guys that's in your time? The reason why we talk about Kobe and Duncan, because nigga, Kobe got 5 rings, Duncan has 5 rings. You see what I'm saying? They took over a whole generation. Shaq got 4 rings. Them cats took over a whole generation. That's what we seen. Was them. But with LeBron, we seen him getting whacked, bro. Kawhi got 2 rings. Curry got 2 rings. Durant got 2 rings. Like, we watching these other players getting it. That's why we saying this. We saying this because, bro, why is y'all telling us this? How is he still the best? He ain't won an MVP in a long time. He ain't won a championship in a long time. Last year, he didn't get to the playoffs. He switched a whole nother team again. He just got the whole Lakers traded, bro. A promising team, he got them traded. The whole roster wiped out. The only person they got left from last year is Kuzma. And it's a great chance they're going to end up trading Kuzma. So, come on, y'all. Come on, man. This is basketball. What y'all going to do when LeBron retire? Like, that's what I want to know. Because his time is coming up. He's not going to be playing for 27 years. So, what y'all going to do then? Because we need to properly rank him. We need to properly rank him. He in the top 10. In my eyes, he in the top 7. He around where Larry Bird is. And no, his career numbers is not better than Larry Bird's career numbers. His longevity numbers is better than Larry Bird's, but not his career numbers, not better than Larry Bird. So to say that LeBron was just better than Larry Bird, I can't go there. LeBron is a better athlete than Larry Bird. LeBron can run faster, jump higher. But to say that he a better player, I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, LeBron belongs in the class of Will Chamberlain and Oscar Robertson. Our greatest athletes. You know what I'm saying? Had the most potential. Had the most skill levels. But they cannot put it all together. Because you need intangibles. Intangibles that he refused to use. Or he just didn't have them. And if he was able to show that he was tough enough to build with his players and go through the ups and downs with his players, then to me, LeBron would be in a different place. Now, LeBron is catching a lot of this heat from people because you LeBron fans say he the best of all time. But if y'all had left that conversation alone, we wouldn't be here having these debates. But we most definitely gonna have these debates. So, I'm gone. 1.